Go live. Stop broadcast. Button.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Vashan Jones, visionary of Fedora Outlier LLC, and I'm actually, of course, at 3 o'clock in the morning in my home. I'm in the blue room. The blue room, the walls here are painted blue. The sofa is red. It's trimmed in white. It's my American room. The carpet is gray. That's the only additional swag that we added to it. We got the situation television, and this is where I would bring my wife if we was having a serious situation. And when we walk in the room, we know this is serious. So I have you guys in the blue room because this one is serious. And I don't know if you guys know, when you're married, there's certain things that you want to convey, and you sit your partner down and you discuss them in an open forum. And this is one of those times, one of those situations. So I told you guys about finding or creating work that is meaningful, purposeful, and profitable. I told you guys about how to differentiate skills, passion, and purpose to find your perfect working situation. Now here's how to get it. And it starts with Denise. She writes in and she has this idea for a wheelchair that is functioning the way she wanted to work. And you guys can see what she actually has written, but she starts that off with advocates, and she's been an advocate for adults living with disabilities, and it doesn't pay. And so let's go through that. Let's unpack that and then I'll get to the point. Denise, my name, Vashan, and it's spelled V as in Victor, A, capital SHAUN. But no problem. I get you. I got you. So the part about advocates not getting paid is actually not true. And so what has happened is a story, a narrative, a dialogue has been stated, and you've purchased it, which means it's been sold. You've been sold that advocates don't get paid. Well, I mean, I advocate all day, every day. I'm advocating right now for someone. And in real life, I am actually helping people walk through their vocational rehabilitation cases and get them closed doing work that they love to do, and not just a job where they're drowning and they're miserable and they can't stand their minimal marginalized employment. And so you can get paid. That's a whole different thing. Now, as far as this idea that you have for the wheelchair, if I was you, and remember, this is not my passion, but if I was you, I would contact the U.S. Patent Office, uspto.gov, and I would get a provisional patent. It costs very little money. But here's the deal. Everyone who makes wheelchairs has the opportunity to look at your idea and put legs on it. Everyone who makes wheelchairs has the opportunity to look at your idea and put legs on it. Well, what does that mean? It means with your passion, you can actually sell someone an idea. I'll give you a perfect example. Sitting right beside me at MCI WorldCom was a lady that was offered the same $1 million for an idea that everyone else in that center was offered. And her idea was to create 5 cent a minute family and friends plans. And she did that. She, did whatever the criteria said. That was what she came up with. That's what the company went. And she was instantly a millionaire from an idea. And so, yeah, you don't have any money. I'm sure you can scrape up, the 65, 125, whatever it is, to get a provisional and then ultimately a patent on this particular product. And, you can have people walk you through it. No, you don't need a patent attorney and all of that. That's something that you've been sold. iOS, Mac Masters, all of our products have patents on it, trademarks, so that people can't steal them. But anyway, um, so yeah, you take your idea to the individuals who make wheelchairs, and you show them, you tell them, you sell them on that idea, and then you license that idea to them. And guess what that creates? It creates residual income for you. You do all the hard work up front. You talk to someone that could put legs on your idea, and they license every wheelchair, and you get a check. Is that realistic? Abso-doggone-lutely. Absolutely. Will you do it? That's up to you. You also mentioned in the letter that you wrote that you went to the guide dog schools. They told you it's not feasible, it's not going to work. And you said in your mind, hopefully to them, that not with the current iteration of the way things work, but with my new invention. That's why they call it a new invention, because you was able to think different, see something somebody else wasn't able to see, and create it. And as my dad say, have the ability to put together the resources and the people that can help you bring it to life. Then yeah, they're not going to see what you see. People are not going to see what you see. And you have to push past that. You know how many people told me, Vashan, you can't be in every state in the U.S. You can't do technology from your living room or from the beach. Vashan, you can't charge that much for services. Vashan, blind people can't afford $1,000. They're barely making it now. You're going to charge $1,000? You know, Vashan, you can't make that. You can't do this. So if I had to listen to everyone who said I couldn't, I can't, don't, won't, shouldn't, it doesn't work, never been done, man, I'd be sitting in the basement asking my mom to cut up hot dogs. So anyway, Denise, that's exactly what I would do. That's how I would do it if I was you. Yes, it does work. It happens all the time. You don't need a prototype, any of that. So anyway, that's how you would do that. So guys, again, we've talked about the skill sets and the passions and the purpose and the meaningful and the profitable work. Now, how do you get it? All right. And I tell you, each one of you all listening, for the most part, is comfortable right where you're at. You're comfortable right where you're at. Sitting on the sofa, flicking channels, in the basement. I ain't in the basement, my son. I'm on the top floor. On the top floor, you know, making $100,000 a year. It's not about how much money you make. It's not about the car you drive. It's not about all the material things. You know, are you happy? You can make $1 million and not be happy. It's not about where people perceive you to be in life. It's where you perceive yourself to be, and are you happy? So while you're stuck in that rut, in the place that you're at, that you're unsatisfied for what you're feeling when you wake up in the morning, you are going to have to take a leap of faith. And guess what? You're going to have to jump out there. And when you jump out there, it's scary. But you have dreams, right? Your dreams and where you're at has a gap. There's a gap between where you're at and where you want to be. And you're going to have to jump. And it's going to be terrifying to jump. But I promise you, when you jump out there, people are going to see your effort. The universe is going to know that you just thrust yourself out there, and resources are going to happen. People are going to come. Ideas are going to be generated. People are going to want to help you towards your goal. You have to state that goal. I said blatantly, I'm going to be in all of the states in the United States. Puerto Rico. Why do you think I'm in Puerto Rico? Just for vacation? Lord? Come on, man. I want to know what the culture is like in Puerto Rico so that when I open my office in Puerto Rico, I know what to do. I know what the people do. I want to network with the people. The same thing in Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Oregon, Oklahoma. So it was a jump. It was a jump to create something that has never been created before and sell it to the world. And now that it's perfected from what was in my mind to what is reality and it's getting better every day, guess what, guys? I got to make a new jump in life. How do I go from a 6-figure business to a 7-figure business? Right? That's my jump. And the minute I said that's my goal and start doing what it takes to get there, the minute I did that, stuff started happening. So I'm here to tell you it's fearful to jump out there and to make your dreams become reality. But guess what? I want to die empty. I want to die knowing that I fulfilled all that I wanted to do. The biggest regret for a person on their deathbed is the things that they didn't do, the people that they didn't communicate with, the places that they didn't go. We only get one of these things called life. Live it and love it alive. Dream those dreams. Let's change the world. Let's take a leap of faith and separate that gap. Bring it closer from where you're at to where you want to be. Let's change the world together.